For Makwa Baba the Likee TV message and number channel so subscribe share drop in the latest news to be also on sa be na yemong room yeti nsama ne de abeto dry say no pressure massive pressure pa majority are calling for say nanado yemfaya no yentuni free Jubilee house ho kra ansana the next 72 days na aba na next 72 days na to the election no aba na ni nyina na se o mu twetwe se no illegal galamsey ni sensuo every sector akolapse sika so wia ni ye wia wo man mo and the treasure bill so ye bomu bosia bond kra de na ye nkampo isen eniema kwa na ekofom niema dollar no kra de echefo enie sidi ne penny baby a onya no kra wado su kra wo wado su kwa baby a wonam no enye ne ene beka se ebehuri ache dollar no because from 4 pence na dollar eye 1 c dollar any cedi na eye the same ya yewra John man Mahama baya na dollar no $1 na eye 3 cedi almost 90 pesos approximately to 4 cedi no na dollar and na 17 cedis at 4 which is there is something wrong with Ghana economy na me pese ye bowram na yekotie and some so asabe to they are calling for President Akufo-Addo say yam fire no.
Did Impépench what mentioned in the report? City interview Gabi Wea Okeka answer. Did they follow up on the number of people in the report to interview them? No. Now I feel when they echo. They only went to Gabi for Gabi to muddy the waters. Adiachina Gabi said he will sue from Impépench Watting was in beam. And the Bernard is sitting there doing what? Crying? Trying to sound like he's the most intelligent person in Ghana. You are hypocrites. Nipa send your bomb din e report him. Gabi nkwana na hu hia. Gabi nkwana na hu hia e report him. Omo maka na ya interview obia because they wanted to do the damage control for Gabi. That is what City News did. That is what Sccinndtáls used City to do. You people are hypocrites. Stop this. I don't care what you people say about me, the insult. I don't care. But Ghanaians are not foolish. Ghanaians are not stupid. There's only one person who can take responsibility for this, and it's the President of the Republic who has failed the people. We need to walk them out. Now, today in Ghana, this is what we are dealing with. This. 24,000, over 24,000 galamsey-induced cancer cases recorded annually in Ghana. Afibia nipa 24,000 and over. Enomunya cancer every galamsey in Suomunumu. Otiha kata clinic. The Ghana academia. A research. We are talking about a man who has all the powers in his hand in Ghana. We are talking about one single man and his assistant. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, they have all the powers in Ghana in their hand. They can make one statement and every illegal mining activity in Ghana will stop. You are sitting there talking about academia's research. 24,000 and over people every 12 months, they die from cancer because omonum galamsey nsuo. You are not worried about that? Woman on your motor Bernard. Your kids are all drinking the same water. The last time I played a video of a lady putting chemical in water for just the water's surface to settle, for her to believe that the water is clean. Let's be honest for once. Let's be honest as a people for once. Let us tell Ghanaians to vote against this government. Yes, it is simple. Because some of these statements we make, and none of my politicians know the opportunity to spin the issue. Because here with the room. When we start making statements like that and generalizing the issue and picking what to talk about and what not to talk about, it gives criminal politicians the opportunity to mislead the people and destroy us more. Because you see, politicians, they are like vampires. They look for times where you are not basically aware of your surroundings. What politicians do is they listen to us a lot. Politicians listen to what we say. Because remember, they serve us. Now, when they listen to us, they pick what their points from the weakness in our statements. Now, the moment we give politicians that room to be able to pick that little spot of weakness. They capitalize on those weaknesses to make us irrelevant. So when we sit on radio and on TV, and we don't blame the president directly and his vice directly, and tell the people to vote against them, what the politicians get, the notion and idea they get is that we are still not making the president take responsibility for his actions or what he did not do. So what the politician will do is that when they come on TV, especially those in government, they will look at what we said that basically helps their case. They pick it from there. So now when you listen to the NPP, when they are speaking about illegal mining and all that, they don't want to take the responsibility. They want to start it from the back. Yeah, by inherit you. But the question here is, why were you given power? That is the basic question. Why did Ghanaians vote for you? Why did Ghanaians change power? Why did Ghanaians say you can handle the problems you are going through? It is because you told them that you are capable of making things better. So where it started does not matter. What matters now is what you have done. Have you been able to solve the problem? Because yare ebobi near the hospital. Doctor now ojana social no where the yare started free and fan baby a diagnosis no lab or koye ya de betu de nima ne djuma ne se obesa sa oyedian nipa na oyare ne yare obesa ne yare. Now the doctor does not care say 2 years before no onya, it's a part of the record, but the most important thing is that this person's life should be saved. And we are creating that opportunity for politicians to take advantage of us. Now listen to this fool. Miracle Abuaje, he was speaking on the Galamsey. Now by the womb, 8 years. Now listen to this fool.
Let's get into the issues. We'll get your brief reaction on the calls for the lands minister to go. The NPP already has a stance when it comes to illegal mining. Do you think those calls are valid at this point?
I really doubt those who try to scapegoat in situations like this actually mean well for the country, and then you begin to ask yourself whether genuinely it is the issue they want addressed or they just want to do politics. These are people who say lands minister should go but tell us to go and vote for former President Mahama and come with his ministers. This is a group of people who were in power and could not manage this situation. You recall when Danko Akufo-Addo came to office and was being sworn in his statement, he had Galamsey as a major issue which he promised to deal with. You recall? What it means is that anybody that creates an impression as if Galamsey was a creation of Nana Akufo-Addo in the last 8 years is just trying to do politics. I'm bringing all of this in to simply say that this is a social canker. You don't fight social canker scapegoating. If you scapegoat in the fight against social canker, you don't get results. Because what happens is that you allow the actual perpetrators to hide. Because you're not even pointing at them. You're not talking about them. You're not addressing them. You rather identify 1 or 2 people and you keep hammering as if today Abu Jinapo is removed from the lands ministry, there will be no Galamsey. This is a canker where the former environment minister, Honorable Ayariga, under the NDC, actually said on record, and it's reported on your portal, that he thinks we should give up on the fight against Galamsey. In fact, he recommended that we should legalize illegal mining. I mean, you see the contradiction. Legalize illegal mining. Where he said that it has become so difficult fighting this canker under the Atena because chiefs are involved. According to him, chiefs are involved. Religious leaders are involved. Opinion leaders, assembly members, and everybody, is involved. And so if you just get up and say, oh, there's Galamsey, fire the lands minister. Before the lands minister, was there Galamsey? Was there Galamsey before this lands minister? And so if you fire the lands minister tomorrow, does it end Galamsey?
So you feel that calls to relieve him of duty is not important?
No, the point is that before I say that, let's relieve you of your role as a host on this program, you might have been culpable of something. I might have seen that you are either incompetent in fixing it, or you are doing what you are doing, or you haven't done what it is that you are supposed to do. But so I haven't heard anybody say any such thing.
For 7 December, but we basu gede. Na anoni ani jesu eni ampra ye tie ho se ho ye basu dwe ho dawuru ama NDC amanyoko ni MPP amanyoko no say democracy enya ndokwa aye adwenkyere Chire wadwen na me so me chire madwen
about the lands minister. And my problem is that you don't fight social canker by scapegoating and politicizing. If you try to fight social canker by scapegoating and politicizing, you leave the real culprits. They'll be doing their thing whilst you fight amongst yourselves.
So basically, this guy is doing campaign against himself. So what here in summer kana? So you can clearly see. You see, from what he's saying, then it means no armed robber should be arrested. One, he is still not taking responsibility. You see, into Tiana Samna, oh, a man for about chrono, Nancy Yentumi pointed to women about chrono, Sidia, Yentumi can say, oh, a simesi way and a gate nano, a chrono the buyer, in Yentumi service a chrono. Into your Bank of Ghana, Nasa and Yapon Yatutum, your Bank of Ghana upon 5 o'clock. Nipa or you in charge of Bank of Ghana, head of security. Yeah. Se Bank of Ghana ponwa na ya tutumna benifori nyina free office ne pia keys na e Bank of Ghana ye the man head of security enti aba no pa na se ye be Bank of Ghana ewie sika e ho de kwa who is supposed to be held accountable. So when you call the head of security to question him, are you scapegoating the head of security? No. There are so many people who could have been head of security of Bank of Ghana. But there's a reason why we made you head of security. Because we believe that you are competent enough to stop what people stealing from Bank of Ghana. If maybe in the past there was a security man there who could not protect Bank of Ghana's money or our money and was fired. And today you presented your resume that you can protect Bank of Ghana. Now now, when the keys the goons, there's a reason why we gave the job to you. There were thousands of people. When we point at you to give us answers, are we scapegoating you? You are a foolish guy. We Jimmy. Me catch the Ghana for say any journalist no, you generalize issue where any man kwasi afo say to bet na TV so da Ghana for. Into an idea in say the president and the government should not take responsibility. A social canker, abua. Social interventions to set free SHS. Time at John Mahama NDC case, let us review. Then I'm okay. That one there is a social canker, but you don't need review from everybody. But when it comes to Galamsey, it's a social canker, so we don't have to scapegoat people. The lands minister, he's a criminal. He needs to go. Mameka be binchira mwende. Samuel Abujinapo. Maybe can't see me at mwende. And I will follow it up and I'll show you something. Samuel Abujinapo, he takes $30,000 before he signs one lease. Samuel Abujinapo. Small scale miners in Ghana, 90% of them know. They know about this. Samuel Abujinapo, or $30,000. So $30,000, you are not guaranteed a lease. What would the amount of lease I was signed? Over 1,005. Over into 2,000 leases. Me na meka no hande. Samuel Abujinapo, only one gentleman, let me mention his name. I'm going to show you something. Maybe. Here. All right. Maybe Samuel Abujinapo. Maybe some about the other persons ni din. No, this one. Maybe. Samuel Abujinapo and a guy called Martin AC. These two people, they take $30,000 before they sign a lease. Samuel Abujinapo, the lands minister, or $30,000. And Sana was signed one lease. Only the number of leases Samuel Abujinapo was signing. Until Oma Kwasia Webetna TV, so no catch the Ghana for say, you know something, we are not supposed to scapegoat. May am pointed into individuals. There's a reason why people are given positions. When you fail to do their job, you need to be kicked out. There's a reason why we need to kick Abujinapo out. Catch a journalist and say, if somebody calls to say Yampam Wobia, there should be a reason why Yampam Lipano. Look at the rivers we are seeing in Ghana. Look at the forest. Look at the degradation. Look at the destruction of our forest. Kwasiati, you are still sitting here telling us, we should give you a reason why Samuel Abujinapo should be fired, why the president should be fired. Kwasia waited to Ghana, Ekasama Baumia. This shows, say, they don't have any will. There's no willing. The willingness is not there to fight the canker. The willingness is not there to stop Galamsey because Omona Omo yes Galamsey. Me say Martin Emisi, Samuel Martin Ewusi, Eyisi, on it Samuel Abujinapo. They signed every lease and no any guaranteed $30,000. 2, 3, 4 days ago, when we said small scale miners echo demonstration in front of Abujinapo's house ministry. Me say Samuel Abujinapo on a Martin Eyisi, they take $30,000 before they sign a lease. And international black over catch say, why is it say so much lease have been signed under Ekufuado? No, it is a whole industry. It is a whole industry. In terms of boy, he was talking, say, oh, we are politicizing it. We are not politicizing it. Because any journalists, TV, radio, we give this termite, political insect with shit on their cheeks to come and take advantage of the people. Miracle Abuaje Kwasi Okwe DC went to Impang qualify to keep DC office for 1 year. He was kicked out. He does not feel for you Ghanaians. Nipana omu enfano a politics na oye. On se otuwa kasa no. Or see, Nanado Danko Kufuado, H say, or be fight Galamsey because Okan Galamsey on his speech. Because Ekufuado mentioned Galamsey in his speech, automatically it means to say he's fighting Galamsey. Wait, Kwasia, we didn't change mind. Nanado Danko Ekufuado's speech to the nation, first day, everything was plagiarized. Why should I believe Ekufuado who plagiarizes other people's speech to Ghanaians? Also, Ekufuado's first speech, it had Galamsey in it. In T, Ekufuado, we should not point Ekufuado out to say they should walk. Mwe Jimmy. Now, listen to this dog again. Me, I don't call these people humans. So, me say they don't care about Ghana.
I am one person that has refrained from allowing myself to be drawn into this Galamsey conversation on partisan lines. Whose purpose does it serve? Who wins in this? This Galamsey menace, right from 2011, that's when it reared its head under the former president as vice president and former President Mills. Before, whilst Rawlings was in office, we had Galamsey. Galamsey is an 80s, 60s, 70s ancient pre-colonial activity. But they were not mining in river bodies. The actual river body Galamsey that we are seeing today reared its head in.
Yadamasi, some of the Brewer Daily Update TV.